Okay. Hmm. So tomorrow, International Day of the Girl Child. Yeah.
Yes.
Try. Try.
I may be
No,
old, but I'm still a girl child.
I agree. So, so we will celebrate you, but
Yes.
by taking my daughters out.
Fine.
Okay. Just know that you're being celebrated, though,
No
so that
wahala.
you will not come and tell me that I did not celebrate you. But while we're doing that, it's also the Arise Women's Conference is here again, that time of the year when we get to talk about the Arise Women's Conference. Ahead of the annual Women's Conference, the Arise Women will be leading a 3-kilometer million man walk. I wanted to be sure of that. 3-kilometer million man walk, tagged Arise Walk for Life.
Everything now is million, million.
Million,
Million
million.
boys.
Very
Million walk.
million walk. Million man walk. So a million people will be walking for life on the 17th of October. The aim of the walk is to create awareness regarding preventive health care for everyone. Preventive health care for everyone, especially now in the midst of this, as we said earlier, that the pandemic has given room for everybody to do like a review. Systems are doing a review, individuals are doing a review. So health for everyone. So that walk will be happening on the 17th of October. But what exactly is the walk all about? What led to this? To help us understand why and what and where and how, we have two people here. Kemi Ijalae, she's back again, a member of the Arise team. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Also here is Michael Ilega, who's also a member of the Arise team.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you.
Now,
It's all about the women, isn't it?
yeah, but he's a man.
Well,
Yeah, but it's about the women.
it's still Arise Women.
Well done, guys. Well done. So, Kemi,
Yeah.
Arise Walk for Life. Some will say it sounds like if you're not walking, you're dead.
Well, staying alive.
Staying alive. Okay, tell us about this.
Okay, so the Arise Walk for Life. The theme for this year is staying alive. Now we know there's been a lot, over the period of time, and then lots of people have not had avenues to, come out, exercise, and then stay healthy. So we did this last year, and then we're here again having it, and then
And I think
even
last year there was some rain.
oh yeah, there was, and then we still went out.
Yeah, and you
Okay,
did it
so
under the rain.
yeah, so we did it last year, and then okay, everybody would have thought this is not going to happen this year because of COVID and everything. But we're here again this year, and then there's a different strategy to how we intend to move. And how do we intend to achieve this work? First of all, the team, like I mentioned earlier, is staying alive. And then how do we intend to achieve this work? You can walk from anywhere because the work is actually tailored to everybody individually to say, okay, I could come out of my gate wearing the Arise t-shirt with my family members and we create a cluster to walk together. But over time, we have over 50 clusters across Nigeria. We've even gone international basically this year because we have people all around the globe looking forward to this work. And then, like we mentioned earlier, it's hashtag staying alive, and everybody's looking forward to this work. And then we're like, okay, come out, walk, and stay alive.
Okay.
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 Michael, it's not like last year where everyone gathered at a point and set out at a particular time and walked to a particular destination. COVID will not allow that to happen. So she has said there are little clusters everywhere. You can come out wearing your T-shirt. Where does one get this T-shirt to wear for this walk?
Okay, thank you very much. And the first thing you said I would like to speak on is the fact that because of what's going on right now, we cannot gather in thousands like we did last year. So just to add a little bit to what Kemi said, this year we already have registered clusters. First of all over Lagos.
Okay.
We have in Abulegba, in Shangotedo, in Festac, in VI, in Magboro, in Nikon Town, all over Lagos. We have in Uyo, Port Harcourt, Abuja. Last year we were only in Lagos, but this year we have registered clusters ready to walk in England, in Maryland, in the US, in the Philippines, in Mauritius. These are people that have gotten their T-shirts already, and they're going to walk among themselves. So you said to yourself, we can't gather together everybody. So we're going to have different clusters, and these people in their own communities, in their own families, are going to just go on a 3-kilometer walk on their own. And you can get your T-shirt. You can get your T-shirt from directly from us. We can get it delivered to you. We have an Instagram page, arisewomen_NG. You can send us a DM and we will get your
T-shirt
T-shirt
will get to me
delivered to
via
you.
Instagram or live.
It will get to you live.
Let's just dash to Ondo. We'll come back to continue this conversation on advising and taking that walk for life. Let's get to Ondo and get to hear from Seun what the situation is at the moment. Seun? Seun,
Thank you so much, Nata and Alera. So, I mean, we are at where we were before the last time that we had this conversation that you came right here. Of course, the situation still remains. And look, the queue seems to be a very long one, still very long. And there are major PUs here, just about 3,000 voters are expected in this place today because there are two major polling units. We'll be hearing so much of security reports and a lot of stories are going online, but you know, of course, that you can reliably get on channel television and get those stories that are true, factual, and the information that you need to know. Let's get some updates on the issue of security around town. One of the senior police officers that are on the ground is called here and is ready to speak with us. DIG in charge of ICT of the Nigerian Police Force, Celestine Okoye, he joins us now to speak to us on the situation of things. Mr. Okoye, thank you so much for talking to us on Channel Television. Let's start by saying I saw very much helicopters hovering around, but we've heard series of reports about violence and security situation. How many people have you arrested? How many people have been injured? What is the latest update?
You saw helicopters moving around. Yes, the air patrol is on, and we are doing it to ensure that the security is extremely in control. Two, we've succeeded in arresting 2 people that were here. They caused some troubles. Somebody was stabbed. The person is in a hospital, but we've arrested the people concerned. And we are moving more. We are moving out now, out of Akure, to effect more arrests. I'm assuring the public that we'll do our very best. I'm assuring them, and that's why I'm on patrol. We'll do our very best to make sure that this election is hitch-free. Thank you.
Basically, from what we have heard, a few issues of violence so far, apart from the one that happened here earlier, which you're referring to, which other ones can we talk about?
Sometimes we get some reports, but when I visited the areas and I realized that they were just an ordinary rumor. And some people raise alarm. You get there, you don't see anything. So I'm on the ground and I'm moving around. If I see, I will inform you. But all I can assure you now that I'm in Akure, we've not had a serious one.
I mean, you are the expert in ICT, security and technology for the Nigerian police. What can you tell people? How sophisticated is your monitoring and surveillance for this election?
Anyway, we all have the equipment we use, and you'll find out that even the air-to-ground communication is on now. We've not been using it before, but we've started using it. Secondly, as we are talking now, I communicate to my headquarters, and they are getting me. So we are very sophisticated. I don't need to tell you the whole equipment we have on the ground, but we are completely sophisticated. Our telephones are connected, so we are doing our very best. But I can tell you that once you get any report to us, we move straight to the area to assess it.
So what can you tell us about the effectiveness of the compliance to COVID-19 procedures, because he's also on the doorstep of the Nigerian police to ensure that people pay attention to those protocols and adhere to it. But so far from what you've seen, it's been a uphill task. Nigerian police has not been able to ensure that. Have you?
You can now see we've been advising them to keep social distance, and you ask them, they will accept to keep social distance. At a time they'll come together again, but they have their mask on, like you've seen me. I now look like a good masquerade. But if you charge me, I charge at you as a masquerade is concerned. Thank you.
Before we allow you go, Mr. Okoye, what can you give us in terms of the level of situation and the situation in the riverine area? There are a lot of talks about the possibility of violence, especially in some of the hotbeds that have been identified. In those regions, what do you know as of now?
We have not received reports from the riverine area at the moment. We are waiting, but we are very much vigilant. We are ready, and have enough special forces around there to encounter any challenge. So, but as of now, we've not received any report.
Celestine Okoye, DIG in charge of ICT at Nigerian Police Force. Thank you so much indeed for talking to us today, and I wish you the very best. You look like a very good masquerade, like you said. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful time. Thank you so much. The DIG in charge of ICT at the Nigerian Police Force on the ground for the monitoring of the exercise. Just before we get back to Lagos, let's speak to one of the observers to get a sense of an overview. I'm being joined by an election observer, Dr. Madhu. He's an election observer. Thank you so much, Dr. Nwabu, for talking.
Gabriel. Yeah.
How would you assess the situation so far?
Well, the situation is calm, and election commenced as scheduled. That is, election commenced in most areas at about 8:30, as stated by INEC. And the environment for now is very calm, although we had issues of pockets of violence, but the Nigerian police has taken full control of the environment. Although it's not yet Uhuru, because the election is not yet over, but the situation for now is cool and calm.
So in terms of the use of the ZIL pad, we've not started seeing it because it has not been full. The election is not over. But tell us about the card reader machine and how it has been working so far. From your own observation, what can you tell us?
Yeah, from what we have received across the 18 local government areas, based on the number of observers deployed by the Center for Credible Leadership, the card reader has been of optimum performance. In fact, we are going to give the card reader performance for about 95%. There were 1 or 2 or 3 places where the card readers were malfunctioning, and then the support services as placed by INEC quickly intervened and provided a substitute, and the election commenced accordingly.
Dr. Gabriel Nwabu, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's Dr. Nwabu there, one of the election observers on the ground. So far, that's what we know. Alero and Nelta, it's back to you.
Thank you, Sean, our correspondent on ground, with part of the team that's covering the elections in Ondo State. We'll get back to them in the course of broadcasting today. Apparently, everything is
going well. I was going to say that everything seems to be going well,
as they say, and everything's going real good. But let's get back here and talk about this walk for life, right? So, Kemi, before we went to Ondo, Michael was talking about where to get the T-shirt.
Yeah.
But tell me about this. Apparently, there's a dress code.
Okay. Yeah, so the dress code, the basic dress code is the T-shirt.
Just
so
a T-shirt?
You identify with us. With
plus your face mask. Don't forget that part. That's a COVID type.
And the face cap as well.
Okay. But that's on the 17th.
Yeah.
How does one register? Michael did not answer that bit.
I apologize. On the Instagram page, the details to register are there, or you can head over to the particular website that we created that you can go on. And when you register, You register your name, your contact details, and your area. So before we had about 50 or so clusters in Lagos alone. Certain people didn't have their area listed on the website. So they could register their own area as a cluster, and they could opt to be a cluster head, which means if somebody else that probably lives near them wants to register as well, they just, when they try and register, they would now see the address that they live in, and then they could also register to be in that cluster in that area.
Okay. But what if I want to maybe go somewhere to pick up the T-shirts? Where do I go to pick up the T-shirts?
You could pick up the T-shirts directly at the City of David, but because of what's going on, most people are more comfortable having it delivered to them. So you don't have to leave your houses. It would actually just get delivered to you, especially if you're within Nigeria.
Okay. We'll take a moment and then we'll come back to talk about the conference generally and then the walk. Please just stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. We're still looking at the Arise Women's Conference. We started talking about the Walk for Life. Yes. So, Kemi, the Walk for Life is part of the Arise Women's Conference, right?
Yes.
So tell us about the entire conference. What's happening?
Okay, so the work precedes the conference. It's an annual women's conference. And this year, it's going to happen on the 31st of October. Deeply Rooted is the theme for the year.
Okay.
And we're going to have our dear Dr. Siju Iluyomade, our convener, and then we're going to have other great women on this day as well. It's going to be a virtual event.
Okay. Virtual is the new normal, so to speak.
Yeah.
So who are these other great women that are going to be part of the conference?
Okay, we have quite a number of them. We have the Lagos State governor's wife as well, and then we have a lot of women on that list.
Deeply Rooted. I can imagine. Are men also invited? Because I'm sure Michael's...
Michael will definitely be there.
Okay, so we get major supports from the men. We always need them around. So they come.
Okay, interesting.
The last year you had
Bloom.
BJ Sachs,
BJ Sachs,
yeah.
performing and all that. So all that is going to be missing this year because it's virtual.
No. Would have we would stream from different locations. We'll have them come up, at different times and different hours of the day.
Okay, so this walk that's coming in clusters, so to speak, from different, are they supposed to be walking with the live and streaming them, or just record and send into that?
Okay.
To help to come in here, last year I know we had BJ Sachs, that came in with the music and everything. This year, after the walk, we're going to have a central location that we're going to have several DJs around. We're going to have fitness instructors like Kathy and Dolly Phillips, where as of right now, we have an 87-year-old woman who has registered and is going to walk from her home. So she's going to have her Arise shirts and she's going to be tuned into the fitness instructors that are going to be doing their dance moves and everything. So even from the comfort of your own home, you can still join us. And to add to what you said about the recordings, people are encouraged to take a lot of pictures and then post it and then send it to us with the hashtag staying alive and walk from where you are. So that's the key point. You can do live recordings, you can take pictures, but just remember the hashtag is staying alive.
And Arise Walk for Life.
Arise Walk for Life.
Arise Walk for Life.
Walk from where you are.
Walk from where you are.
Exactly.
As long as you walk 3 miles.
That's right.
Okay.